What's up, fellas? So, they announced Sergio Martinez against Chavez Jr. right after Chavez knocked out Andy Lee this weekend. And I think that's kind of interesting. They made it seem like they arranged for the whole entire thing right after the fight, but I think it must have been something that was probably already pre-planned, and they're just making it seem like they're putting it together right now because he just knocked this guy out. But anyhow, good performance by Chavez. I predicted he would knock Andy Lee out. I thought it would take even longer, as 8th, 9th, or 10th, but he did it in the 7th, claiming he could have done it in the 1st. I don't know about that. Andy Lee was executing his jab in the beginning, but very shortly after that he abandoned it and paid the price for it. Chavez against Martinez. I don't think this one's too complicated either. I think what I saw from Martinez, I think it was against an Irishman too. Not this last fight, but the second to the last fight. I forgot the guy's name. I know he TKO'd him in the 11th round, but it was looking a little shaky for him there in the middle of the fight. And, you know, Martinez has that style where he likes to step back, step in, deliver, you know, a combination, step out, runs a lot around the ring. Doesn't necessarily run from his opponent, but that's just his style. Kind of steps in, steps out. You know, kind of like how Mayweather used to do near the beginning of his career. He was much more active. Well, I think Martinez, he's my age, actually. He's 37, and I thought in this second to the last fight that I'm talking about against this, I think he was an Irishman. I can't remember his name, but anyways, he looked to be getting a little winded. He got his wind back, so to speak, but I think that fatigue is going to play an issue against Chavez, because Chavez has that kind of Terminator style where he just kind of stalks you down, and no matter where Martinez steps to in the ring, runs around the ring, Chavez is just going to follow him around like a Terminator. And unless Chavez goes into this one really arrogant and cocky and just gets tagged, you know, with all this shit that he probably shouldn't get hit with and gets knocked out, which I don't think is going to happen, but, I think that unless something like that happens, I think that Chavez is pretty tough, and he's gonna be able to take what Martinez is going to offer, and I think that Martinez is going to be, he's going to want to get in and out really fast, and that's going to tire him out even quicker. And because he's not one to stand toe-to-toe with his fighters, which I guess will probably work to his advantage, because if you do stand toe-to-toe with Chavez, he's got a chin, he's strong, and he hits hard. And he doesn't have fear, this guy. He's relatively speaking, he's a tough motherfucker. I like him. So anyhow, I think that I don't think there's any way. I really think it's a very small chance Martinez knocks out or stops Chavez. And I think that Martinez is skilled enough and athletic enough, given his age, that he would last against Chavez till very late in the fight if Chavez were to get a stoppage. But I think this one goes to the distance, and I don't think it's going to be easy for either fighter. I think this is going to be a tough fight for both fighters, because I think Chavez is going to get hit quite a bit, but I think it's going to take a lot out of Martinez to deliver his punches and not get hit by Chavez as much as basically to how do I say this? To not get hit as often as Chavez is throwing, or to conserve himself for the whole fight with all the running that he does. So I think this one goes the distance, and you know how that goes. Chavez will probably get the decision, but you never know. I mean, we'll see how it goes, but I think it's going to be close, and regardless. And I don't think, like I say, I don't think there's a stoppage. Chavez might. I mean, although Martinez got winded in the middle of that fight, but I still think for some reason Martinez's boxing skills is, I think he's a better boxer than Chavez. So, because Chavez gets hit. I mean, he gets hit, and so I'm thinking this one goes the distance. And that's it for now.